Hello and welcome. We're back for another week of the Plague League Season 5. This is week 4, and Strixhaven have just come out, so we're playing a few new cards here. In the spirit of playing something a little different each week, I'm experimenting a little bit with Elves, which has been an up-and-coming deck, especially since the recent Historic Anthology release, which gave us Huntmaster, which Classic Pauper players might recognize as a powerhouse within the Elves deck. And we're going to be playing some 18 land Elves with Sylvan Ranger, Llanowar Elves, and Sentinel providing a lot of the mana. The main punch of the deck is going to be Distant Melody, and then first day of class is a little experiment that we're going to give a shot today just to see, does this work? The lesson board is Introduction to Annihilation for big threats, Introduction to Prophecy as just kind of a card draw thing if we need that, and then 2 Fractal Summonings if we need a big creature. We're going to have to go really big. There isn't really anything else we can do. We don't have any removal at all, and it should be a party. So hopefully you enjoy the matches today. Assuming I don't get a bye, we'll be playing 3 rounds, and this should be fun. I haven't played Elves before in any format, actually. I've played against it a number of times, but I've never actually played with it. I've played against it in Modern, and I've played against it in Standard, Modern, and Legacy. Probably Old Extended as well. And we'll be back for round 1. Alright, and we are back against Historic Pauper Stalwart, Lavakin, Berserker. And I'll be on the play here, as I'm going to need it with my Nutcase deck. This hand looks great. We're missing some colors, but I can get that if I need to. And we get to play the first day in class Huntmaster combo. And we get to see what Lavakin is on. Mulligan to 6. Mulligan to 5. Ooh. That's rough. I think I just need a mountain, and then I'll crack in for 1. I can go get the island later. I just want it for the combo when we start Hunt Mastering. Yeah, and I'll just play this. Hopefully I don't get countered. I don't actually know what my opponent's playing. Okay. I'll crack in for 1, get all that little damage in. What do I not want to get countered? I've got a lot of these things. Let's just play into this. Ooh, we got there. We can crack in for 2. I don't think blue removal is going to be good, so once we go wide... Oh, okay. Now we've got a... Does it remove its creature types? Doesn't. That's good. I think we're still just going to keep playing these Hunt Masters. Another... Ooh, a Quench. Alright. Oh. I guess we're just going to play the 1-1 beatdown game here for a little bit. And I could play 2 things if I wanted to, but I kind of want to just like play this and then chill. And then on the next turn, I can probably like first day in class, Visionary, Vandal, or something like that. Yeah, that's good. And I'll just get Fractal Summoning. I'll then play Vandal. Vandal's also going to eat one of these things. I actually maybe should have played Vandal first, but that's what it is. Yeah, we're going to eat this. And I'll exile one of these. Play this, make some elves. And yeah, and then that's lethal. Alright, so we got a little bit of an elf ball going. What happened to my sideboard? This is best of 3. Like, I can only see 7 cards in my sideboard. That's delightful. One second, I'm going to pause while we figure out this, and then we'll come back. I don't think I'm really going to side. Okay, so my opponent and I, due to the arena error, have agreed to manually sideboard by just moving the cards around in our sideboard so that everything ends up in the right place. I don't know what I really want to sideboard. I probably want to bring in like an additional masked vandal or something like that. Wait, why did I just click on it? One second, let me put that back in my sideboard. That was a really annoying error. So Vandal has to go up. And let's see here. Since this whole thing is just nonsense. I need to keep these in the top slots of my sideboard. I don't think there's anything that I really want right now against my opponent. My opponent didn't show me anything. So I think that I bring in the Vandals and everything's fine. Okay, so now that we've fixed that, we're going to go to the actual sideboarding. Okay, and we're back. And this whole thing is nonsense. Alright, doesn't matter what we keep. Hang on, this is a little confusing. Okay, now we're good. Alright, we resolved that. So we want Vandals. Here, let's move this around however. I prefer it this way. And I don't want... I don't know how good First Day in Class is. It's really tough to figure out against this deck. I probably can shave one of them, and then we'll just kind of see, and then I'll shave a Leaf Glider. I think that's about right. I assume my opponent's some Counterspell heavy type deck, and gosh, this sideboarding thing is really, really something. This hand is great. Can't be better, pretty much. Like, we get to go turn 1 Elves into Visionary into stuff. My opponent has a 1-drop. How interesting. So we'll probably just that into Visionary, Visionary Sentinel or something like that. It's probably the best way of doing it. And then there's like an Essence Scatter or a Quench. Lots of counter spells. That's fine. I'm just going to jam it again. And I'm going to play this one, even though it doesn't immediately make mana. It effectively does, because I want to play Sylvan Ranger anyway to get an island. I don't understand what my opponent's deck does. So we'll go get an island, play the island. I think I'm actually just going to attack. And then I'll play a Land War Elves, as mono blue doesn't have anything that can be done. Alright, I'm going to play my second land here and just attack because I don't have anything better to do. And I'll end the turn. I'm holding Vandal for a later enchantment. Okay. We can't beat a 2-3. Cannot beat a 2-3. That's hilarious. I only play 18 lands. This is 8 of them. This is like half the lands in my deck. It's fine though. We'll deal. This can't work, but we're gonna try. Yep, that's fine. I'm gonna play the land just in case, and we're gonna pass. My opponent's gonna loot. Oh, they've got perfect cards. Oh dear. That's pretty good. Oh, and you just had the extra spell. That's, yep, that's unfortunate. I think we might be dead to this thing. We're going to have to get something. I'm going to take 7. Not ready to start exchanging my creatures yet. Serpentine Curve. That is such a beating. Wow. Alright, well, you got more counter spells? Probably. Yep. Alright, well, we lost some critters, and I don't know what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to take another 7, just because I don't know what else to do here. Yeah, discarding that. I'll give it one more turn. You gotta cut it as close as we can, just because we need creatures to actually be an effective deck in so many ways. Alright, this time I'm going to play it, and then I'm going to get quenched out or something like that, and that's just what it is. Yep. Alright, we'll start the chump blocking then. Rough game. But that's what Elves does. Maybe I should be adding cycling lands, but you just need your lands to come into play untapped. And I just need to build a really big board, and you need to snowball. Sea Serpent. Oh, I'm so dead. So dead. Absolutely stone dead at this point, probably. Can this thing resolve? Oh, we have actually... No, we're stone dead, because we can't beat this serpent. Like, if I can trade for the serpent, then everything's okay. Nope. Saw through that plan. I have no removal, and I don't think I can deal 14 damage here through 2 blockers. Nope. We are dead. Dead, dead, dead. Okay. Apparently some people in the Discord have figured out the solution to the arena issue, and that's good. We're supposed to do challenge matches of best of 3, which is like a little more annoying. I don't think there's anything I can do. I just kind of have to jam this and hope it works. I guess I did have Introduction to Annihilation as an out. But, yeah, just gotta go with it. Man, that's brutal. Be on the play, and I'll try and get this going. I think I'm just going to play this and then attack for 1. There's not really like a lot I can do with this hand immediately. I think I need to burn a counterspell off of this. Oh, nice. Okay, so we got it resolved. That's good. And then I want to play an elf and a second elf. And then I want to attack them for 1. Alright, this one they quench. That's fair. So now I think I just have to start attacking like as fast and fiercely as possible. I'm actually not going to play anything, because that just feeds into their plan. I'm just going to sit here. I'm going to pass 4 mana. I don't see a point to trying to do anything. If they cast a spell, they cast a spell. If they don't, they don't. Here, I'm gonna see what happens if I try and resolve this. In case I have to pay for multiple quenches. I expect they're gonna counter this, just to like continue the serpentine curve business. And oh wait, hold on. They actually left me an opening here. So I'm gonna attack like this, and then I can play this, the Huntmaster here. Because then, even if they get countered, I still get Elves, which is important. What are you on now? 3? Okay. I'm going to start by attacking. I only had 3 extra mana, so it didn't matter here. And then I'll make an Elf, they'll counter this, and then we'll kill them. Alright. The fact that this deck doesn't play removal is sometimes just really frustrating, because you can't kill anything. But it's been fine here, because I can just do stupid beatdown stuff. Alright, and then that's lethal. Doesn't matter how the blocks are. Alright, and that is round 1. We'll be back with round 2 shortly. That was pretty straightforward. It's an interesting deck. I really like Serpentine Curve and how Blaviken was playing it. I'm just not sure. I'm going to have to see the list after the tournament to take a look at what's going on. I like Hieroglyphs and Cycling, though, and a lot of counterspells. Oops, I'm very sorry. I unfortunately forgot to turn the recording back on between rounds as we got into some discussions about how to figure out the challenge system. So we're in round 2 now. I won game 1 against blue-red, Goblin Wizardry kind of control. I imagine that they play some of the new Strixhaven Token Maker cards and some Learn cards, like Pop Quiz, as I saw a lot of... what's that card? The Is It Goblin that reduces mana costs. I should know this. I haven't played Modern in so long, though. So I'm bringing in Bone Splitter, and I'm bringing in Snakeskin Veil, and I'm trying to figure out what my last card to cut is. I think it's probably just Druid of the Cowl. It's not the most amazing card. It's probably a bad cut, but we'll see. Okay, sorry about losing that game for you. And we are back. This hand is great. We'll play Oh, I have to play a land. Okay. Play Sentinel into Visionary into Visionary. My opponent took a lot of time last game to just kill all of my creatures. I'm not sure that's necessarily the best thing, because I only have so many like actual creatures. I only have 8 real creatures. The rest of them are just stuffing. But to be fair, my opponent might not have a lot of great removal spells for my counter spells for my Distant Melody. So they just need to instead suppress my creatures on board. So this next turn I'll play another Visionary. And then, actually, I know this is kind of just risky, greedy. I'm going to attack for all the damage and then just play this. Like, I'm going to play into Frostbite, but there's nothing I can do. So my opponent doesn't have Frostbite because they pass too quickly, which is nice. They're probably going to Royal Eruption my Huntmaster or something. I'm just trying to keep them a little bit on the back foot. That will let me, so we have Royal Eruption on schedule. They probably have some type of counter spell here. I'm going to start by casting a Visionary. They showed me a Syncopate in the first game also. So I'm just trying to play around whatever I can. So now I'm just building a board. I'll probably Distant Melody next turn for a couple cards. We'll get the Mountain, Kraken for 3. I'm not going to try and represent Snakeskin until it becomes natural. I don't see that there's really a point in this type of a game. Here, we'll change the color of the owl, just because. Alright. So unfortunately I've gotten really flooded, as this is 5 lands. I have 8 lands in hand and not much to do with them. Play the mountain. I can't imagine this works, but I'm going to try. My opponent just might have Goblin Wizardry, and this will just throw them off. Yeah. So then I'll just crack in for as much damage as possible. Scorching Dragonfire. Well, we'll deal. My opponent does have 1 into the Royal, at least. I'm not sure I necessarily would like that choice, but it's unfortunately going to be good against me learning into something. I think I'm going to wait on the learn here and try to get a little bit of value out of it. Wow, I'm flooding really badly here. Nothing I can do, though. We'll just keep putting in damage. That's one of the things our deck does well. And we're going to try and have a big turn. Like, if I can even get, like, 1 or 2 counters off this, it's just going to be huge. The nice thing is the haste. So I do have to get through Goblin Wizardry, which is a problem, because now my opponent's on 5 mana, which means they can play Wizardry, play a spell, and make them 2/2s. So I'm not sure I can actually attack into this next thing, because my deck is built around having a board. Yeah, I don't think I can attack anymore. I'm going to first stay in class and see what they say about this. Alright, they inventory in response. Interesting. Alright, we're going to get Fractal Summoning, and then we're going to play this thing. Alright, so they do have Essence Scatter, which means they do get to attack here. Next turn, I'll jam Summoning for the max amount, because I've somehow drawn 50% lands in a deck that's less than 33% lands. It's like 30% lands approximately. 18 lands, yeah, exactly 30%. But we're on 9 lands here, which is annoying, but it is what it is. All right, so they've got a negate, which means they can probably draw into that negate. If I were guessing, it's not that hard. They've got to play a lot of ops and stuff to do this. Wow, this is so bad. So I actually get a free attack here, because if they play Wizardry, I get to play an enormous critter. Okay, well, I gotta try, just because it's not great. This is 9, so I can play this for 7. I'm not gonna play around Syncopate, since they always get me. And they're gonna opt or something into this, or cycle. Pity. Pop Quiz. Ooh, that's brutal. Pop Quiz into that, get their own summoning. This ain't good, as they say. They probably have volley in post board, so it's really important to win the first game and have a shot at like pulling this together. But I think if I don't get flooded, like it's quite possible to get out of this. They just kill one of my creatures probably. Yeah. Had to try. Like I don't have any other options at this point is the problem. Alright, so I have first day in class, which... Can I, like, spike this next turn? I might be able to. This is kind of interesting. So I know I'm not necessarily supposed to play this, but I do have a second one. So if my opponent taps out, I can put together a 7/7 haste, or an 8/8 haster, I think. Yeah. So I don't know what my opponent thinks they're doing, but I'm going to first day in class a Fractal Summoning out them. And it's going to be hopefully glorious. Fingers crossed on this. Okay, so they have a Behold the Multiverse here, probably. Maybe 2 of them. Wow. All right, we're gonna try and go. We're gonna go for broke here. This can't work, but you know, we're at the point of just going for it. I'm not gonna play around anything. Actually, I am. One sec. I should play around Syncopate because it's free. Like it's basically free. I can't they can have like 2 burn spells or something, but so I have 7 mana you say here, so that means I can cast this for... I can cast this for 5, is that right? This is 5 of them? It's so hard to figure out mana sometimes. Yeah, I can't actually play around this just because of the amount of mana. Oh, no, I can. No, I did play this, so this is 7x. So in that case, I will play around Syncopate, just because it's free. I'm probably going to get negated or something else, but if I steal this, this is going to be great. My opponent has, like, Into Royal. That's also going to be really annoying. Oh, are they, like, beholding into Unsummon or something? Oh, I'm getting killed. No. I played around the wrong thing. That's really annoying. Okay, I played around Syncopate at the cost of the burn spells. Pity. Pity, pity, pity. And they draw Electromancer. Alright, well, something. This is not great, but we're gonna have to, like, get out of our mana problem somehow. I'm gonna get Prophecy here. And I'm gonna try and draw some creatures. If I draw, like, Visionary, like, we could have a real ball game here. That is a big honking creature. Let's slam that on the table and say, how you doing? My opponent has to be... Oh, they have Demon Bolts. Oh, okay. In that case, I was never getting out of range of that thing. That's a pity. Okay, so they've got Demon Bolts as the other card, not Beholds. Okay, that makes sense. Never mind. So we were fine. We didn't have options. We just could have made them spend an additional card, or additional, like, value card. Okay, I think I'm dead this game, and then I'll see what I can do for the next game. Alright, this will force the Demon Bolt, and then I'll take 5, and then I can hopefully draw, like, Visionaries and some other stuff. Okay. I'm going to need an Elf Chain here to get out of this. Otherwise, it's not going to be pretty. I need to make sure I start the clock here. Alright. Oh, I just got burnt out. Alright, that's fair. Okay, draw fewer lands. First step. Fractal summoning is actually very good. Second thing. I have no enchantments I need to kill. I think this is just pretty much what I was doing. I feel like I almost should be playing fewer lands. I wonder what happens if I shave a land. But that seems like it could go really wrong. But hey, you know, let's shave a land here. We'll play the Druid. I have not really tested this deck yet, so it's possible that I actually just want to be playing 17 lands or some ungodly low number. Questions. Alright, I'll be on the play in this last game. Yeah, this hand seems great, especially given that I cut a land. So I'm going to try to have Snakeskin for the Invoker. Like, if it survives a turn, we're in serious business here. I probably have to go to it the hard way. I imagine my elf dies here. Yep. And I'm going to pass. I'm going to wait on first day in class just because it's not necessary. Play the Sentinel. I'm not going to try and save it if it gets shot. I don't think it's worthwhile, especially when they're spending premium removal. It's fine. Like, really what I want is one of my 4-drops to survive. I don't want to play into this just because it's going to be something decent. Ooh, they don't even have a cycling card, so they probably have Essence Scatter here. So I'm going to cast this for basically no value, but I feel like it's decent enough here. Just because I want a slightly bigger Llanowar Elves, and I want to threaten Fractal Summoning. Because they can't counter this. And, like, killing it is just such a... Oh, wow. They're countering that. Okay. That's really interesting. It says a lot about my opponent's hand. Okay, so they're Electromancering. Land. Come on. I know we don't want lands most of the time, but this is great. Now we get to play Snakeskin with Invoker. And it's weird that Invoker doesn't have Trample itself. But that's fine. We'll get out of this. We're horribly mana flooded, as always. It's kind of impressively funny. Yeah, this is going to get blown out. Like, there's no way it survives, but we got to do it. It, like, burns through additional cards, at least. Yeah. Wow. Gets syncopated for 1. Oh, well. Yeah, we're kind of Deadsville, as they say. So we're gonna just play a 4/4 and hope it works. Can't imagine it goes the distance. Not against 5 cards. Okay. So what's my game plan here? I've got no way of really gaining value because my opponent has played a good 1-for-1 game with me. And had all the answers there. I don't have anything as backup here, unfortunately. They have Into the Royal too. I just have all the bad cards. I guess I can, like, Prophecy into something. So I think what I'm going to do is this into Prophecy into try and get a 1-drop or something. Like, it's just not great value, but I feel like this is where I have to go. I don't really want either one of those cards. I want something with a little more pizzazz, and I don't have it. Oh well. We need some of our 8 draw card elves. Not this one. I think I have to get to 3 elves before casting Melody, even though that's going to be incredibly hard against this deck. Wizardry, yep. Probably takes the time to kill the Land War. And I'm at 10. That's an issue. Alright, I think I'm going to have to play this here. We're going to tap the red because I'm not going to play First Day in Class this turn. It's not going to work. Yeah, my opponent has something, and I'm just stone dead, so there's nothing I can do about it. I have to, like, hope I get a perfect Melody, and even then, I just get run over by the goblins. This is what happens when... Yeah, this is why Elves is probably tier 2. That and Suffocating Fumes. What does my opponent have? Wow, that's rough. Can't attack, I just have to pass. How many lands do I have? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 20 cards in. Yep. Unfortunate. Imagine I'm just, like, stone dead here, as I've been saying for the last couple turns. Yeah. I think I'm going to end up in a no-block situation. Like, it's just not going to do anything. Okay, yeah. I am lethaled. GG's. Alright, sorry you missed game 1. I'll make sure that I record for round number 3, which will be coming up in a moment. Okay, we are back, and I won the roll. This hand seems fine enough, like it might be a little awkward. Like if I hit a second land, this hand just goes off. So I'm willing to be a little greedy here. It's not great because then I only have one turn to really like make it go off, but it'll be okay. We'll just play it out. Everyone's playing mountains today. That's not good. Alright, maybe I'm just getting a little too tilted or something. We'll just go with it. Okay, Forgotten Cave. Interesting. Still need a land. Red, black. Uh-oh. Those are removal heavy colors. We'll see what they're actually playing though. Chronicler. Alright, I'll just play this and I'll pass. Next turn I'll probably play like Druid of the Cow plus Leaf Gilder or something like that. Yeah, it looks like we're gonna have some time. Unless they have a kill spell right here. Oh, I can't play two things. In that case, I should just play... No, I should play Cowl. Just because it produces mana, like an Elvish Visionary wouldn't. So I'll pass, and then I'll slowly build up my board here. I'll discard one of these leaf gliders. They don't really do a lot. Looks like this is going to be like a red-black kind of sacrifice deck. I can do this, and then I can tap it for mana. And play a Visionary. And if I take a point or two, it doesn't really matter. Won't block. And I'm setting up for, in probably like one additional turn, I'm going to set up for a really good Distant Melody turn, because it doesn't look like my opponent's has the ability to stop me. Yeah, and I can play everything. So we're going to have a really good next turn. We'll tap the Summoning Sick one, and then I'll pass. My opponent's almost assuredly going to bring in Suffocating Fumes if they have them, but we shall see. Skull Raid, that's so impolite. I think I want to discard these two cards because I already have blue mana. And I can just do like 1 million things. Elf. Draw me cards, Elf. Okay, now we're, yeah. Okay. Yeah, my opponent throws in the towel there. That makes sense. I think I stay on this. Like, maybe I bring in Bone Splitters, but like I'm pretty sure I can just like go off against this deck for the most part and it'll be okay. Let's play the same starting 60 and see what we think. That was fun. I don't think I've ever cast Distant Melody before for like actual large numbers of cards. Especially fun on Arena when you just let them like zip into your hand from the deck with the little animation. Alright. What to do? What to do? Alright, we're on the draw. Somehow that hand connected. I'm going to keep this one. This is like a little aggressive, but this time I actually have a real mana creature into a real mana creature instead of my fake mana creature into my whatever the heck. My opponent kills this elf. This could be a really bad story, but we're gonna... Yeah, this is not... Alright. It's Forgotten Cave again. Forgotten Cave is a good card. Reaper? Okay. Or Reaver. I always call it Reaper for some reason. I'll just play this and then play this. Next turn I'll go... I think I'm going to play Invoker, No, I'm going to play... Removal is so tough to figure out. I probably should play Huntmaster first. My opponent's killing one of my creatures. With Spark Harvest. Oh, Cruelty. Okay. If I can, then I will play a Critter. Cannot. Unfortunate. At least that slows down the tide of pain and suffering, and I'll get in for a damage. Get the feeling my opponent probably has some sweepers here. Yeah, this looks like a good stock kind of discardy deck. Alright, we'll get this. We'll go get a mountain and play the mountain, and I'll just pass. And I'll take 2 damage if that's what it is. Yeah, again, I think I'll play Huntmaster, even if that causes some issues and it gets killed. Just because Huntmaster in play is so good. And it turns first day in class into this just insane bomb. Really? Feed the swarm. Okay. Oh, now you just get to attack with all your creatures. Okay. I'll take no blocks here. That's fine. I don't really want to go to class yet, so we're going to go here, and then Huntmaster, and then get in for a couple points of damage. We'll keep the race close at 14 to 15. Okay, if I can make this a 5-4, I will. My opponent is not showing strength here. Yeah. Alright, I think I should just make it a 5-4 if I can. Just because it also makes a 2-2 elf. And that's worthwhile. And I'm not going to send, I think. I don't think it's quite good enough yet. D2 Chronicler, getting back Cruelty. Okay. So we've got to make elves while the sun is shining. This seems pretty decent. Actually, wait. Oh, I can't go back. Oh well. That's fine. We'll draw a bunch of cards. And I can make a bunch of elves if I want to, but I can't make them special, so I'll just make a bunch of them, I guess. Like, this is not great, but I can like send Wild Heart to the moon if I need to. So that's fine. And this also makes like fractal summoning next turn really good. So I think I'm just gonna sit, and then I'm on 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and change. Okay, so they're killing that one. Oh, they're killing all my creatures. Okay. Sort of all. Here. Now we'll try for another first day in class turn. Let's see what we got here. That's decent. I think I'd rather have this be a 3-3 because it also makes mana, which is kind of fun. Like, there's a lot of interesting little spirally games we can play. This replaces itself at this point because it gets haste. And then I can play Invoker. And I'll tap one of the bad 1/1s. Okay. Now we have some reinforcements here. We're not going to do any reinforcing. We're just going to make 2 enormous creatures on the next couple turns, and we're going to go kill the opponent. That's the plan. I think that how big can I make these things is a question. Big. So let's send a couple of these guys over the hill and see what happens. This is +5/+5, which is pretty big. Maybe I could have sent with more, but I think this is fine. I'm fine with these blocks. It's just a bunch of trades. If they've got like Blade Brand, that's probably the best. Like Blade Brand into something, that's the best they can do. As is right now, we're fine. I have 9, 10 mana, or X is 10. So, oh wait, wrong number. Sorry. Let's try again. X is 10. Great. We have a fractal summoning that is large. And they've got Frostbite. Okay. They might be in trouble. Oh, we've got Feed the Swarm. That's nice. Alright, alright. Big time plays here. That's fine. I'll just get a forest, because that's all I got left. I'll play it. I think I just want to get in for a bunch of damage. I don't mind if I suicide some stuff. So we're just going to send all the troops. We can make fractal summonings next turn. Because it should just be lethal next turn anyway. With the elves just piling over. Unless my opponent draws really well. Okay. Looks like made it to a 2-1. Yep, they kill that, and then elves just come over and attack. Alright, so now we've seen what elves looks like. It's interesting. I think that they might need to have a land shaved. I'm not really sure. It's hard to tell. Like, sometimes they have bad hands, and sometimes different things happen. So, Alright, we're magically back in the shop, and we'll see what we've got here. How would I change this? I might consider cutting a land. It's really annoying when it isn't live, but it could be just as simple as adding a cycling land. Like, it is really odd to trim lands, but even if I do trim like 1 or 2 lands here, I think that it's worthwhile enough. Like, sometimes it's going to come into play tapped, but it's better than just shaving it. Because then it just decreases your overall land count for late game situations where lands are super dead. I think I'm actually just going to... I'm going to try playing 2 of them. I think that's a decent enough offset. So we're going to stay on 18 lands with all the other nonsense that we have. And try 2 Tranquil Thickets for next time, whenever next time may be. But I'll put this one up in the metagame overview. Otherwise, thank you very much, and I'll see you next week.